Hello, everyone. Today is Monday, April 21, 2025, and I'm Brian Tokuke, Portfolio Manager at the Rice Partnership, and I have with me our Chief Investment Officer, Orest Saikevych, who'll be going over all the news about tariffs. Hello, Orest.
Hello, Brian, and hello again, everyone.
Okay, so let's just get right down into it. And so where are we today with the global tariff situation?
Okay. Uh, right now, and I think I stated some of this in our quarterly market commentary, which just came out last week. Right now, we have a 10% universal tariff against all countries. And we also had announced on April 2nd reciprocal tariffs against a lot of countries. And uh, Mainly the EU, which is at 20%, Japan 24%, and China, which was ramped up due to retaliation from China, up to 145%. China retaliated up to 125%, but at any rate, that is the outlier. It's by far the biggest increase. Uh, Earlier tariffs of Canada and Mexico of 25% on most exports still in place, and also sector tariffs on steel, aluminum were earlier announced. Those were 25%. There are pharmaceutical and also chip sector tariffs that are upcoming. So we're still waiting on those. But by and large, the tariffs have been announced. As far as China is concerned, it's a little disconcerting that now the rhetoric is ramped up that each country wants other countries, especially its so-called allies, not to aid the other party. We'll see where that ends up. Uh, with respect to the reciprocal tariffs, the tariffs were paused on April 9th. Administration wanted to give countries a chance to negotiate uh, better terms, possibly for both sides. And the time period for the pause is 90 days. So that expires around the end of June. The key right now is the position of the EU and China, since those are the two biggest players there, and whether or not we can see meaningful progress in the reduction of the tariffs between now and the end of June.
Right, thank you. And in addition, I've also been hearing a lot in the news about President Trump wanting Fed Chair Jerome Powell to lower interest rates. What exactly is going on there? And can the president force the Fed Chair to lower rates?
Okay. Well, the uh, president can't force Powell to lower rates. He has mentioned the fact that he would like to possibly fire him. As far as that's concerned, uh, he can try, although would most likely be court challenges, and those court challenges will likely stretch out to the end of Powell's term anyway. His term as Fed chairman ends May of 2026, so we're just a little over a year away. These overall tactics by the administration could be jawboning, the fact that the president wants lower rates. And keep in mind that Powell doesn't speak just for himself, he speaks for a consensus of Fed officials. Okay, so if other voters there. And overall, this could be another reason why gold is so strong. The fact that we're seeing the dollar weaken, we're seeing long-term bond yields go up again. Uh, that's one of the ramifications of some of the policy issues that are going on right now.
Awesome, thank you. So maybe you can kind of summarize. So what does this all mean for the capital markets and for us as investors?
Okay, overall, I think we have a binary situation. Certainly by the end of June, if we don't see significant movement downward in the tariffs from the EU and China, I would say we're probably going into a recession. We can avoid recession if there is significant movement between now and then. The So-called bond vigilantes are the guardrail, and the bond vigilantes are mainly the bond traders and investors that trade in longer dated treasuries, the 10, 20, 30-year treasuries. We're seeing yields go up, and if things get too out of hand, those spike up, and they could force the administration's hand as far as that's concerned, much like what happened on April 9th. So keep an eye on that, on yields, and also the movement on tariffs out of the EU and China between now and the end of June.
Great. Well, that's about all the time we have today. Thank you, Oris, for your recap on tariffs and the news. And to everyone viewing, thank you for tuning in.
Thank you so much, Brian. Take care, everyone, and I'll talk to you again soon.